Well, hello everybody out there. It's Alan Graham here. How's the lockdown going? I've had a few messages recently from friends who said, why don't I just put some of my stories, life stories online? I've been threatening to write a book about our life stories, so I thought this could be a wee precursor to that. And hopefully you'll be blessed as you listen to this and hear a bit of where I came from and where the Lord has brought me to. This is a very special day for me. It's 40 years ago today, the 3rd of June 1980, that Dorothy and I got saved. And the Lord came to us and set us free, and we praise His name. But I was born on the 3rd of October 1952 and was brought up on the Shankill Road in Belfast with my mum and dad and my brother Joe and sister Karen, and a very loving and kind and generous home. We had a wonderful childhood. My mum and dad loved us so much. We were very good and very kind to us. Dad always worked. Even he had to go to England to get work and then send money back again. He always worked. My mum worked after we were started to go to primary school, and it was a wonderful home, a very, very happy home, and great days together. We lived in Crosby Street, and it was like a little village down there. In Africa, we have a saying that says it takes a village to raise a child. Well, down there, once you were out in the street playing, if you didn't do what you were told, or if some other neighbour saw you doing thing or saying something that wasn't right, they would tell you off, and you would have to take it. And that's the way it was at a little village. And in those days, as you grew up, you were immediately out playing in the streets. Or of course, there was no gadgets to play with in those days, so we were learning to ride bicycles. We had guiders. If anybody remembers guiders, round the square there was a place called the Wee Wreck, where a bomb had come and bombed and knocked down a number of houses during the war, and they cleared that to like just open dirt land. And we would go round there as we grew up, and were able to play football and cricket in the summertime. We'd be there after school every day. I started school when I was 5, went to the Real Memorial Primary School in Malvern Street, made a lot of good friends there, and the teachers were great. I enjoyed my time at primary school very much. Apparently the first day I went, my mum tells me, and my teacher did not have a white face. She was from the West Indies, so it was quite funny. Apparently, not for her, because when my mum left the room and left me there, I tried to run after mum, and the teacher grabbed me and I kicked her in the legs and run out. And my mum then brought me back again and warned me not to do that again, which of course I didn't. But I grew up in that school and learned a lot and had great fun, gave them milk out around the classrooms. We had a godly headmaster. I did very well there. I was playing a lot of football out in the playground and after school, really enjoying football. My dad would have taken us to watch Linfield every weekend, wherever it was in the country. We would have went and followed Linfield, and of course they were the champions, still are the champions, and they were big Linfield fans. And when I was probably 4 or 5, I started going to Sunday school. We went to Church of God Sunday School in Percy Street on the Shankill Road. Mr. Mullen was the superintendent, and his 2 sons, David and Dennis, were teachers, and another wonderful lady called Naomi took to me and really looked after me and was very kind and generous. She was a saint of God, and I didn't even know her way back then, but I knew she was a lovely lady. And we learned lots of scriptures, learned the 10 Commandments in the King James Version. I can still recite it today. And the more scriptures you learned, the better the prize you got at Christmas. So it could have been a New Testament or a picture with the scriptures written on it to put on the wall, or a Bible. And I wanted to learn as many scriptures as I could. And I remember in those days, I couldn't wait to go to Sunday school. I wanted to learn more and more about God. And while playing soccer, while at school, I really enjoyed the Sunday school. Went to wee meetings, as we call them, midweek meetings in different places around the bottom of the Shankill Road there, Joseph Street Mission. We enjoyed it very much, and I love learning about God. I remember when I was 11, sitting with my teacher after Sunday school one day, David, and saying, if I curse outwardly, is that a sin? Yes. And I said, if I curse inwardly, is that a sin also, or is that not a sin? He says, no, that's a sin too. And you need to repent of that and ask God to forgive you. And while I was musing this and thinking this over in my mind, all my mates came running in and says, come on, we're going to play a football match, Grimmer. We need you, hurry up. And I run away out there. And it was another 15, 16 years before I met the Lord. And I often wonder what would have happened, but it wasn't my time right then. God had more for me to learn and more for me to do. And as I came up near 11, I was going to be doing 11 plus, hopefully go to a good school and find out what God had in store for me then. And I didn't know. And I did the 11 plus, failed the 11 plus. And what happened? Where did